Hi, I'm Ash, and I'm playing... Hold on. Wait. Stanley Parable. I'm playing Stanley Parable. Can't believe I forgot what I just clicked on. I have not played it. No. Please adjust the slider until the computer is barely visible. Okay. Like, just barely visible? Like, how barely is barely visible? Like, there? I'm gonna go with that. It's fine. Please enter the current time. I don't know what time it is. Can I just... It's 10:38. Okay. No, that's... Wait. Oh, wait. There we go. It's probably 10:39 by this point. Okay. Accessibility settings can be accessed from the main menu. Okay. Cool. You are playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. Never the end is never the end is... Never the end is never the... What?
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
Was he? That looked miserable.
Something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened. This complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Nah, dude, you're just lucky. You're lucky. It's a miracle. Go home. Okay. What's that? What's that say? I hate Mondays. Oh, yeah, me too. Me too. I'm like Garfield that way. Oh, what's over here? Nothing. Nothing anywhere. Okay. Nope.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Hold on. I heard a door. I heard a door. I know I heard a door. I so heard a door. I totally heard a door. I know I did. I know I did. I hate Mondays. Does everyone have that cup?
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
That cup right there. #1, Dad. Any more cups? I like work, I just hate my boss. Hmm. Right. Be my Valentine. Alright. Okay. None of these doors are gonna open, are they? Ah! Can't read that. Wait. I don't know what that is. Okay. Ah, there's that cup again!
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm going, okay?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Did I? Did I? So what if I don't? What if I go right? What if I don't listen to you? Huh? Voice in my head? If I go this way, I'm going this way.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Sure. That's what I wanted to do. It's over here. Just admiring the scenery, you know, just like the voice in my head told me. You know, the narrator of my life.
Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
The first open door? Oh, on my left. I can't go back. I wanted to go back for a second, but that's okay. The first open door on my left. There's another open door right there. What if I go into that open door? Can I go to that open door? Can I go in here?
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
And there's where I was supposed to go. I never listen to instructions. Listen. Right. I never followed direction. Just...
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
No! You will not tell me what to do.
This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
The darkness within that door, that's not creepy at all. What? I'm gonna die, aren't I? It's a phone.
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this. To reach out to her.
To reach out to
If you
who?
can
How
truly place your
many?
faith in another, then pick up the phone.
You sound so desperate. Who is... Really? Okay. Okay!
Oh, Stanley, is that that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Gotcha. Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife?
No.
Who'd want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside.
Oh, I'm gonna get you to see something. I'm inside. What do you want?
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley. Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence. Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button.
Yeah, I know.
He's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life. But in his mind, he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful. And each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him. And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly. So he went further. He imagined that he came to 2 open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold. As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began
This
to
is
fill
my
with new
punishment.
possible paths and destinations.
This is my punishment.
Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable. It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
I hope this has an ending. I hope it ends soon.
But there is no answer. How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more
When is it
invested
gonna
he
end?
gets. The more he forgets which life is the real
Oh my
one.
gosh.
And I'm trying to tell him this. That in this world, he can never be anything but an observer. That as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time
Wait.
the screen asks you
Wait.
to push a button,
Wait.
do not do it.
Wait. 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 Do not do it. Just don't do it. If they do it, they do it. What's over here? Just filing cabinet. Oh, are you kidding me? This is my desk. Why is my desk here? Okay, I'm hitting the button.
You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
No, are you gonna give me a mirror?
I suppose I can't. Not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley.
Let me out!
We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time.
Maybe.
And I tried again.
Please
And
die.
Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again. And Stanley pushed a button. And I tried.
Oh, fudge. I thought it crashed. What? It just crashed. It sent me back. I broke it. I broke the system. The narrator didn't.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
I don't know. What could it
Stanley
mean?
decided to go to the meeting
I'm
room.
going.
Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I am going. I am there. I'm going somewhere.
When Stanley
I'm
came
going
to a set
left.
of two open
I'm
doors,
going.
He entered the door on his
I'm
left.
going. See, I went left. I was a good puppy. See, I went left. Such a good dog. That is so bright. That is so bright. That is blinding. What is out there? What is that?
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
A whiteboard manager? There's a whiteboard manager? Okay. The future was yesterday, tomorrow is now. All right. Right at which... Oh. Stop. Okay. So I'll just go then, shall I?
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
No. I'm gonna walk downstairs to I don't know where. It's just a light. It's okay.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did
Where are
doors
my
close
feet?
automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And and he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then
Well,
he
hey,
imagined
wait.
himself soaring through space on a magical starfield.
Oh, no.
And it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up.
Oh, no.
He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment and my wife and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
Oh my gosh. I just wanted to know why the car was in here.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
Oh.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella. Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk.
Is that
And
me?
although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this
Apparently,
man made
I'm
her
still
feel
tired.
better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important
Oh
people
my
whose
gosh.
impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Okay. Well, that's all I have time for. That was fun. I like this game. I'm gonna come back to this and maybe I'll do exactly what I'm supposed to. Yeah. Maybe. Maybe. I don't know. It depends on how many more choices there are, because that's kind of entertaining. And yeah. So, until next time. Bye!